is loud and it is wet as we welcome you inside Lumen Field on your standard rain-filled afternoon in Seattle, Washington. Today, we've got a good NFC matchup on tap between the Dallas Cowboys and the Seattle Seahawks. Set to go now on a wet and rainy afternoon. And off we go from Seattle. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. Dak swinging this out quickly to Lamb. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left. Running a jet sweep as Prescott backs it forward. And he is going to lose yardage here. This defense not fully rewarded on the touch pass. This has become one of those kind of invade plays. You know, the shuffle pass a few years ago. This has never got off the ground. The Jones still got teams are running it. These wide receivers, a lot of them, they run like running backs with the ball in their hands. Prescott from the gun on third. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Tanner Muse in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to fourth down. Blake Gillikin on to punt here as he'll send this one away. Back deep for the Seahawks, Tyler Lockett. This is fielded at the 27. A big boot that time. 57 yards the official distance. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their own 37. They'll run with Walker to begin the drive. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play there, 2nd down. Well, this defense for the Cowboys, they were strong last week, CD, and that went over New England.
Yeah, and what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Forced out to his left toward the sideline, and he will have the first down as he was able to keep the feet in bounds. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That one a gain of 20 and a first down. Charles, that's a route that you and I have seen time and time again in our years up in this booth, and that executed well and a great throw, too.
And sometimes, even if you know it's coming, the execution will trump whatever you do on the defensive side of the ball. Plus, it was a well-thrown football. A nice, healthy gain right there.
to throw now on first down. And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
This offensive line has struggled. In fact, when we sat down with the coach, he said it's been in tatters lately. They allowed 6 sacks in their last game. Just gave up another one right there.
In tatters, so it sounds a little bit like this right now.
Exactly. It's like that paper being ripped. And right now, they've got to find a way to get it back together.
Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
Oh, I saw this one with defensive eyes because even as he escaped the pocket and bought time, the coverage stayed tight. Nothing broke down. Throwing it away, that was his only option.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. He'll look to throw. Deep ball for Goodwin. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Well, how about the challenge we're seeing here in this game early? Man coverage against some fleet receivers. That time, the defense won.
And here's Dixon to punt now as he gets this one away. Now this is fielded in the end zone. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
And if you just look at this game, Charles, on paper, they've got the edge, no doubt. They're hanging around the top of the NFC. On the other side, you got a squad that's towards the bottom of the NFC. But when we mentioned that to the coaches, they were having no part of it.
Yeah, and I like how you said when we mentioned it. In fact, I mentioned it, and I upset them a little bit, didn't I? Because they wanted no part of that one, and I was reminded, like a 5-year-old, this is the NFL. Any given Sunday, anything can happen. They're guarding against the upset.
They dial up the corner blitz that time, and it delivers to the tune of a 9-yard loss.
They tried to go with a little play action there, but nobody on the defensive side bit.
Yeah, they adjusted in time and in a big way and ultimately got the sack. On offense, sometimes you're running play action just to set up a certain blocking technique. In this case, none of it worked.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Here's Prescott. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't get it on 3rd down.
This drive is almost over again. Thanks to a great defensive effort. Sacked on 1st down. Followed by incompletion. One more good run, and they get off the field.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Throw left side complete. That's more. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. So that changes things. Here's 1st and 10 all the way up at the 45. In motion left is Watkins. Miles Sanders' first carry of the game. And not a lot of daylight. Not really any daylight inside as he's going to be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Brings up 2nd down.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
And a minimal gain here as he's up to about the 47-yard line. Minimal gain as we tick down inside the minute remaining in the opening quarter.
That makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive. Once again, they show pass it to a short gain.
It'll be a nickel look here for the Seahawks on third down. Prescott down. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
Now a timeout called for by the defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Prescott to throw on fourth. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out, and it'll be a turnover on downs. Walker now on 1st and 10. Room here to run. And he is in for a Seattle touchdown. So that pretty conclusively, I might add, shows you the perils of going for it and not making it on 4th down. One play, touchdown.
Yeah, and I've got to put this on the man in charge, the head coach. He made the decision to go for it. To me, I thought it was a good decision to make.
The kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Taking it about the 1. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. And he'll send the tight end in motion left. They start on the ground here at Sanders. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first. On EA Sports. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Looking to throw. Prescott. And this one quickly to Lamb. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. Prescott on 1st down. Going deep here for Watkins. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
And you just know when that play call came in, their eyes lit up, because anytime you get a chance to take a big shot downfield, that's a lot of fun, and they missed an opportunity.
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. And they'll bring the big tight end across the formation left. Throwing again. Prescott on 2nd and 10.
That's into a crowd and intercepted.
Shreds into the stiff arm.
And the Seahawks are going to take possession of the football. So the interception there. And, Charles, I'd imagine that's something you can maybe live with in December, but not come January.
And I love how you make the distinction there. You're talking about regular season versus the postseason, the playoffs. Because these guys, they've already clinched a playoff spot, but they know, looking ahead, when they get into the postseason, they've got to take better care of the football because turnovers in that situation, they really become magnified.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And this is going to be intercepted.
Picked off by Trayvon Diggs. And the Cowboys are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line.
Well, it's not the first time we've seen him give one up here during his rookie season. And in this case, zone coverage forced the mistake. He's made some strides week to week in how he's handling the different type of coverages that he's seeing. But clearly, there's some growing still to do.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked by Tavarius Moore.
And the Seahawks are going to take possession of the football. Well, their defense got him the football with an interception. They trot out there, Charles, in the very first play. They give the football right back.
Brand, I almost expect you coming like an auctioneer. We've got two. Do I hear three? Remember, it was 2 in a row. Would we hit 3 in a row? Because these offenses, they got to be a little bit more careful as they go forward. These defenders, they're locked in and really focused.
He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had it and dropped it. That is an unforced error there, and it takes away what could have been a touchdown.
But these are the situations that really test the defense, those sudden changes. They're already inside field goal range to start the possession. Their goal now, keep it to a long kick, if indeed they end up trying one.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And this is caught. Touchdown, Seahawks. Marquise Goodwin, his 2nd touchdown on the season.
And the Seahawks are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after's up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0. The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock.
From deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out.
Oh, a good return up past the 30.
And a nifty return there all the way across the 40.
Any return that gets you to midfield is a great return. 1 first down, and you're almost in field goal position.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Here's Prescott. He's going to look deep for Watkins. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's still down.
Passes incomplete as another attempt to get a big one downfield. That's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you tell the defense you're trying to stretch it out a little bit, and they may have to change it
The Cowboys on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13. And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. He's going to go up top again. He's got a man. Complete. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Well, we saw this plenty last year in college. He loved to take his shots downfield, and that throw, that was a thing to behold there.
And to be honest, this first half hasn't been anything they'd be really proud about. So they needed something like this to change their fortunes. Now they need to make sure they finish this one off, not just with points, but with a touchdown.
They'll run with Sanders. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal.
This is a critical sequence here for this offense. Things really haven't gone their way so far. This could be their chance to get back into it, but they've got to find a way to punch this ball in.
Second and goal from inside the 5.
So a little tardy getting everyone set, and the clock hit 0 before they could snap it.
Yeah, you can take your time and use the clock and try and get set up, but once it gets near 5 seconds, that's when you often hear a quarterback yelling, hurry, hurry, to make sure everybody's ready to get the snap off.
Can't afford another delay here as they come up again on 2nd and goal. Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. It's a pickup of 3, but still a little work to do on 3rd and goal.
But defensively, they have that one pretty well figured out.
Yeah, and one of the things about this play, it can be even more effective when you run out of motion, and there's plenty of times you don't hand it off.
This stadium once registered as the loudest roar ever recorded, and you can hear them now. 3rd and goal. And Prescott, his 3rd interception. And the Seahawksons are going to take over at their own 28-yard line.
And that felt like a little extra pressure on that 3rd down attempt, and their mistake cost them points because they're inside the red zone. So you know you've got at least a field goal waiting for you. And in this case, they end up with nothing.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. You know, in our research packet this week, prepping for the game, so many articles from the local beat writer about the offensive struggles of this team and what will they do this offseason. What do you think they'll do?
Well, number one, they'll turn to a self-scouting report. And every team that's any good does this. They have outside groups. Check out their team, scout them, and tell you who can play, who can't play, and reasons why. Some of it may just be health. They have to get some guys healthy and back out on the field. But overall, evaluate this squad and make the changes that you need to.
In motion left here, one of their tight ends. Second and 3.
Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Picked off by Kelvin Joseph. And the Cowboys are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line.
A tough adjustment to the NFL throughout his rookie season, and his problem with turnovers is only exacerbated by his early showing today. That's a couple for him here in this first half, and he's cleared the double-digit mark for the entire season.
It'll be Sanders to begin the drive.
And he'll get this forward only for about a yard, as that's going to take us to the 2-minute warning.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. To throw is Prescott. He's got a man. Complete. Touchdown, Cowboys. Quez Watkins, 65 yards. And the Cowboys are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. Extra point up and good by Garibay. And that'll make our score 14-7. The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away. It is fielded right at the goal line. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw. Flushed out right. Going deep for Walker. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
What a savvy read by the running back. He saw his quarterback was out of the pocket in a little bit of trouble. He just broke off his route and took off deep downfield. Thought for a second there they had him, but they were unable to connect for a big play.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. They'll set up to throw. Open man, that's Noah Fant, the tight end. Finding room at midfield. Look at the big fella go. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line. We know he's good at catching the football, but then after the catch, he's got escapability.
Not only that, he's got some toughness as well, because you know he's coached very hard to make sure he battles through, breaks tackles, and then they finish with, but don't fumble the football.
Straight ahead, Walker. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. Not quite the success they had last play. This one goes for 3 yards.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
This is caught. Touchdown. Marquise Goodwin. His 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Seahawks will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Extra point right down the middle. And it's now 21-7. Sitting down to kick this one away, and off it goes.